you're guarding a guy like that, you want to try to present him a big target to shoot over, maybe with a hand in his face, test everything?
Yeah, if it's a guy like that and you know he's quick at the same time and you're a lot taller than him, you got to keep your hand up at all times, even though you know he can pull it. You can give him distance, but you got to keep your hand up at the same time, because if your hand down, you give him distance. There's no point in you being there. He can shoot right over you. So, like you seen last couple game, Daniel Orr, when he switched on Ronnie Clark, all he did was keep his hands up and he kept distance, because you know he wasn't quicker than him, but he knew that since he was so long, he could just put his hands out there and he couldn't shoot over top of his hand.
What about the idea that he's Downey's a senior, he's a veteran, you're technically just a freshman? What kind of tricks do you think a veteran can play, or do you think you're good enough that there's nothing a veteran has?
It's a lot of stuff he know that I don't know. You know, I'm still learning the game as a point guard, and that's something you got to keep getting better at. He's getting better, but it's some stuff he probably know. But you know, like I said, just go out there and play defense like we know we can, and just try not to fall for the little tricks. But he gonna have a couple stuff up his sleeve.
How do you like playing on the road in the SEC?
It's fun. I wish we had more road games. You know, I love being in front of the Kentucky fans, but like Coach said, it's great to go down to, you know, a road game and ruin their weekend. You know, that's what you try to do, ruin people's weekend. So, and they fans are crazy. They just like our fans here. So you just like the excitement. You know, it's a lot of pressure on you.
Do they give you hell on the road?
Oh yeah, everybody gonna give you that.
What do they give you?
They say anything. They say anything. Have signs up and everything. So it's just funny to see it, but you know, you tune them out when the game is on the line.
John, do you guys not feel pressure? Are you guys oblivious to that word?
Oh yeah, we feel pressure no matter what. You know, when we was at Auburn, always at Florida, you know, when the game got tied, we feel that pressure. But you know, I think our team just listen to what the coaches tell us and how we perform. We just execute plays down the stretch when we feel the pressure. You know, it's not gonna lie about it. You know, when we was 72-72 at Florida, you know, you feel the pressure. You know, you have a chance to lose because you let that crowd back into the game and they had the momentum going. So, but you know, we got a big basket down the stretch against them, so we feel the pressure.
You ever worry?
I worry a little bit, but you know, the talent that we have and the ability that I think we can get to score at any time. You're gonna be worried, but I think we be pulling them out pretty well.
Do you think it might be good at some point to lose a game just so that pressure of trying to stay undefeated would go away?
Kinda. It's in between, because you know you want to be one of the teams, the first team to go all the way undefeated and win. But you know, like I said, it's gonna be tough. No game's gonna be easy from now, and they haven't been easy since we started playing. So, like I said, we take one game by a day, one game by a time, and just keep getting better.
John, is there added pressure now that you're #1 and going on the road?
I feel it's the same pressure as we was when we was #2 and #3. All it is you #1 in the country, is a couple of spots up, but you know, it's the same kind of pressure you're gonna get it with #2 and #3. That's one thing Coach told us. We moved up #1, that's great, but you're gonna get the same kind of pressure. Everybody Super Bowl, they're gonna come out and play to their best, so we just gotta be prepared for it.